Good evening or afternoon or morning, whatever it is, whatever you're coming to this exciting session from, no matter where you're joining us from today, because we have communities in different places, North Africa, Europe, Asia, anywhere across the globe. We truly appreciate you for taking the time to be here with us today. Now, here's the thing. We are living in an era, right? We're living in an era that is defined by technology. And it's mostly technology that connects us instantly. You get your Facebook, your WhatsApps, and Telegrams and whatnot. Yet, somehow many of our online interactions, they still feel limited. We move from one meeting to another, one meeting link to another. We switch between all of these countless apps and spend hours behind screens, and yet something is still missing. The feeling of presence, of engagement, genuine shared experience, all of that feels missing. Now, imagine attending a meeting where distance disappears, where collaboration feels natural, and where you don't just watch or click, but you actually participate inside the environment itself. Imagine a global event, alive and interactive, closer to stepping into a digital world, simply starting at a screen. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't science fiction, and it's not years away in the future. The next evolution of digital interaction is already taking shape, and today you are here to see it firsthand. My name is Vincent Romero, and over the next 30 minutes, right, we're going to explore how technology is transforming the way we connect, the way we work, the way we experience the digital world. So we will move beyond traditional online platforms, and we're going to discover new kinds of immersive environments. One that blends reality and innovation in ways we've never experienced before. So take a moment, get comfortable, and join us as we take the first step into what comes next. Now, allow me to share my screen with you so I can take you through this beautiful presentation we have right here. Now, I want to start by showing you the website before we get into anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our website. Beautiful, and it contains everything you'd like to know. The first thing you want to do, obviously, when you come to the website is to create an account. Get to this page, enter simple information, nothing too complicated, just a wallet address, virtual ID, that kind of stuff. Nothing too complicated, like I said. Exit out of that. Go to your login, enter the necessary details. You log in into your page, and pretty much now you're free to explore everything that we have to offer. And we have so much to offer, ladies and gentlemen. You can check our solutions. You can take a look at our roadmap. You can see about us, our story, our culture, our context. You can see insights, For example, like an insight, if you click on press, it will pretty much take you to a page where you can keep up to date with everything that is surreal, all things regarding the press and everything like that. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is our website. Like I said, there's a lot to explore. Make sure to go to it and explore as much as you can. Check everything as you wish. And while we're talking also about websites and everything, make sure to check out our socials. Follow us on Instagram, Telegram, X, LinkedIn, whatever, to keep up with updates in real time in our socials. Next, also, I want to address before we get into anything, because this is the destination, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind, surrealevents.community. That will be your portal to everything that we're going to discuss today. So think of it as your home base for the future of immersive experience. Now, as one of the first things we like to establish is foundation and trust. Surreal Events is legitimate. US-based company. Our physical headquarters are right here, as you can see on your screen, 92 Milton Avenue in Alberta, Georgia. We are registered, we are real, we are built to last. This isn't some sort of anonymous internet project. It's a corporation with a street address and a long-term vision. Now, what are we building? So let's talk about us. In simple terms, Surreal is the first of its kind. The first of its kind in terms of being a virtual event platform. But let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you need a host, you need to host a global product launch. Instead of the flat webinar, you create a stunning interactive 3D environment, a digital twin of an amazing venue. Your attendees aren't just watching a stream, they are creating avatars. They're walking around, they're networking at virtual booths, they're raising their hands to ask a question on stage. It's social, it's game-like, and it's designed for one thing, which is real human connection. It's really the difference between reading a menu and actually sitting at the restaurant. Now, our story has started back in 2020 when the world suddenly needed new ways to connect. We saw an opportunity to build not just a stopgap, but a leap forward. We developed Surreal as a premier platform, as a service for immersive events. And here's our real secret weapon, right? Because we built it with Unreal Engine. That is the same Hollywood-grade real-time 3D technology behind blockbuster games and films. I'm talking like, if I'm give you two examples that I always like to give because they're prime examples. The first one is a video game. And the examples are from one video game and one from a TV show, just so you understand how versatile Unreal Engine is and how versatile what we're doing. So Fortnite is a video game. It's one of the best-selling video games ever. I like to tell people, my age and older, I always tell them, if you don't know it, ask your whoever is young in your family, nieces, son, whatever. They will tell you they know it like the back of their hand. And it's one of the best-selling video games ever. And it's actually developed by the same creators of Unreal Engine, which is Epic Games. And we're gonna get into a little bit of our relationship with them later on. So Epic Games makes Unreal Engine, uses Unreal Engine to create Fortnite, and then Fortnite becomes one of the best-selling games ever. And also, on the other side, the TV show, actually, Disney, I'm sure Disney does not need any introductions, as big as they are. Their best-selling TV show, or their most viewed TV show on their streaming platform, Disney Plus, is The Mandalorian. And guess what they used in the making of The Mandalorian? Unreal Engine. Same technology that we use. This means that we can build you any environment, realistic conference hall, fantasy castle, a spaceship with incredible detail and smoothness. We're not just making video calls better. We're building new worlds for you and the community to meet in. And this brings us to one of our core ideas. This, it's a revolutionary idea. This is the social distribution of future income rights. What does that mean in plain English? Well, it means that as this platform grows and becomes more valuable, the community that helped build it gets a share of its success. So you're not just a user, you're a stakeholder. Your participation and contribution has a tangible value in the ecosystem we're creating together. And this diagram shows how that cash flows from employees to company to partners down to the clients, from the shareholders downward, and also as the partners and shareholders and clients and shareholders also sharing to the DAO, it goes into the employees and shareholders and so on. So this captures how we do business in terms of capital flow. And also to kind of illustrate a point of what we're doing and why do we trust it so much. It's because, as you can see on this list right here, these are the top 10 biggest companies in the world. You have NVIDIA, which is at 4.49 trillion, Alphabet, which is the mother company of Google, at 3.96 trillion, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Broad. By the way, the total market cap of these companies is $22 trillion. And these are the top 10 metaverse-related companies by market cap. So top 10 metaverse-related. This means that they're actively spending money in developing technologies for what we're creating. So when you talk about following market direction, we're not just having a crazy idea and going with it, although it kind of is. But when you think about it, who is beside us? Who is heading in the same direction as we are? The biggest company in the world, or the biggest. NVIDIA, Alphabet, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, you name it. So ladies and gentlemen, as an investment, we have a guaranteed future because essentially what we're going to has a backing of $22 trillion coming from the biggest companies in the world. That's where we're heading, and we're following them to that point. So our investment as a future security is an absolute guarantee. And To quote, a company without bosses is a company where everyone is the boss. This is a core philosophy of how we do business. This is a core philosophy of how we structure the company itself. We want you to be as involved and as part of it as you can. See, because that ethos leads to a powerful idea. We're a company where everyone is boss. And you do it through decentralized community models. Your voice, your efforts directly shape the value and direction of the ecosystem. So this is a community-powered growth, first and foremost. Our mission is to invest and incubate the metaverse. So we're not just using the technology, we're also partnering and nurturing the very best Web3 projects to build a richer, more interconnected digital future, which is, as you remember, is the goal always. Now, this what we have, because talk is cheap, execution is everything. Our credibility is proven by who chooses to work with us. These are our official partners. So we're talking giants like Epic Games, the same creators of the technology that we use, the creators of our engine. You got Red Bull, AMD, Celebrity Cruises, and so many more. And these aren't just logos, ladies and gentlemen, that you're looking at. They are active collaborations. So when global brands of this caliber right here trust us to host virtual experiences, you know the technology isn't a promise, it's proven. And the build of this whole thing is actually due to our DAO team. This vision is driven by an incredible team of builders, strategists, visionaries, from blockchain experts to serial entrepreneurs who have financed hundreds of millions in tech projects. This group has the experience to execute and achieve. So you are in absolute good hands. I mean, we got Ray Parma, Josh Rush, myself, and Heba Saleh, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, the technology is here. The team is here. The partners are here. The market direction is here. Everything, every star is aligned for us to take this thing to the absolute maximum. And doesn't stop there, because as you're going through these executions, you're also getting achievements. You're getting your work recognized. And for us, we are the proud recipients of many awards, but the ones we like to highlight. First one, actually, I have them saved right here. So let me take you through this one. We were Surreal Events being awarded the Epic Mega Grant to bring the future of fan experience to life in Unreal Engine. Remember, Epic are the same creators of the engine that we use. They awarded us with a Mega Grant. The Metaverse Standard Forum named us as one of the founders. The Metaverse Spectrum announces that a Metaverse 100 companies that will chart the future of disruptive technology. We were part of this list as well. And the Augie Award win the AWE USA of 2024. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a absolute amazing shelf of awards. The Epic Mega Grant, named among the top 100 metaverse innovators. AWE, I mean, you name it, we won it. These awards are like seals of approval from pioneers of this space who've already sort of built their own niche and lane into this whole thing. And speaking of execution, we should keep talking about that process, because basically what happened for our roadmap is that 2020, we were founded and established. 2021, we partnered with leaders like Red Bull. 2022, we launched on the Epic Game Store. 2023, we had a huge milestone where we launched the Beta Report with partners like AWS and Intel. And by the way, the Beta Report is our flagship proof of concept. I mean, it's a permanent, stunning virtual port that proves that we can host massive, persistent, and breathtaking hybrid events. And it functions as a blueprint for what is much yet to come. Then, if you move a little bit further into the list, where you go to 2023, like I said, that's when we launched the Beta Metaport. And by the way, the Beta Metaport exists today, and it's a virtual twin of a very, very complex structure. It's the most ambitious project we've worked on. It's a proof that our technology can handle stress, can handle complexity. And so That's what we use right now to enlist new partners and new clients. It's the primary piece. It's the pinnacle of what we made, and that's what pretty much on our resume, that's the top one. Then 2024, we launched the Mempo VR NFT, and then also strategic partnerships with GPU XP. 2025, last year, this is when we launched the Mempo Community Referral Program, which you would be part of. And then 2026, we have yet to launch our Surreal Mempo token, the VR NFT listing in open marketplace. We have bigger plans for 2027 and after because we're going to be launching our own Mempo NFT marketplace and our own virtual land program. And then 2028, the virtual e-commerce portal and a lot to come after. We have a very, very expanded roadmap. There is a lot of execution. We have proved ourselves that we can execute on what we promise on. So far, we have yet to miss one thing. So our record is 100% clean, 100% proof that when we say we're going to do something in 2027 or 2028, best believe we will. You can place your money on that because it will happen. A little bit more about our partners. And also, I should note this because you're not just joining at the peak. I know I talked a lot about our execution, and you might think that you're joining sort of towards the peak. You are arriving at the launch pad because the next few years are when the foundational value is built, and you have the opportunity to be part of it from the very beginning. Consider this the beginning of something bigger. Now, our reach and credibility are amplified by our media partners. We work with leading platforms like PR Newswire, Global Newswire, Crunchbase, and Travel Plus Noir. I mean, this means that our story and our milestones are shared to a global audience of investors, industry leaders, all apart. And when you're part of Surreal, you're not just being part of something, you're aligning with a project that communicates at the highest level. And now we can talk a little bit about the compensation plan. Let's talk about how you can participate and be rewarded for helping to grow this incredible community and the platform. This is your pathway to being part of our story. But before we get into that, there is a disclaimer. Transparency is key. So what I'm about to outline is the structure of our new, relatively new community reward program. Your success depends on your effort. This is an opportunity for active participation and community building. So please understand that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Please understand that all the details are also subject to our official terms. Now that we got that disclaimer out of the way, everything starts with our community package for just $21. This is your all-your access pass for less than the cost of maybe a pizza. You get a huge 66% direct referral bonus, daily profit return, the potential to earn up to 200% back. And crucially, actually, let me show you the numbers right here. Crucially, unlimited capping on your team-based earnings. This means that your potential isn't artificially limited by the system as you build and earn. So you already have a referral bonus of 66, 0.3 daily profit return, 200 MPR, maximum profit return, and you can work unlimited. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very powerful. And the visual that you're seeing right here reinforces and also introduces something bigger. Because if you want to be more involved with the system, outside of that $21 package, there's the Mempo VR NFT packages, which they range with a maximum profit of 200. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But we have the Mempo X1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 4 and 5. Now, we're going to discuss all of these one by one. So the first one is the Mempo X1. This is the $99 investment. You get 0.4 daily profit returns and a total capping of 300%. Then you have the Mempo X2, which is $499 investment. Daily profit return goes up to 0.5% and a total capping also goes up to 4 times. Then there is the Mempo X3 with a $999 investment. Daily profit return of 0.6 and total capping of 5 times. Then we have the Mempo X4 $4,999. You get a daily profit return of 0.7% and a total capping of 6 times. This means that your profit generation concludes once you have earned 600% of your initial capital, which was 4,999. So actually, by the end, it would be something like $30,000, something around that range. Then we have the Mempo X5, $9,999 as the investment. Total capping 7 times with a daily profit return of 0.8%. So the central thesis right here is clear. A greater upfront commitment unlocks a superior daily percentage yield, and most importantly, a vastly expanded ultimate profit potential. This design incentivizes serious engagement and facilitates deliberate, long-range financial planning. It's a stronger commitment within the ecosystem unlocks a higher daily reward and much larger total potential. Plus, each package comes with a unique VR NFT, a digital asset that is yours to keep or trade, so you got nothing to lose. As a matter of fact, you got everything to win, because it doesn't stop here. Now let's talk about the types of bonuses within our ecosystem. This is the engine of growth in our multi-layered bonus system. It is designed to reward every step of the journey, from your first referral to building a global community. So let's break down the key types right here. The first one is the level staking bonus. Level staking bonus allows you to earn from the package investment made across your entire network. This spans an incredible 30 levels in depth. Every person referral activates or unlocks another level for you to benefit from, with attractive rates that maintain their potency all the way through the structure. This creates a reliable stream of long-term passive income because it starts at 15% and it goes 10%, 5, 3, 2, and then level 6 to level 10 is 1%, level 11 to level 30 is 0.5%. Now, this is amazing, and I know you agree, but here's the best part. What if I told you can double this level 1 and level 2? You can make this 15 a 30% and this 10 a 20%. Here's how you can do that. You use level boost up bonus. This is our system's way of aggressively compensating you for cultivating not just a large team, but also a highly productive and active team. It functions as a performance-based multiplier. The mechanism is transparent. Upon hitting a defined team recruitment milestone, the standard percentage you earn from level staking receives a substantial uplift. Here's the potential framework we're talking about. There is a prerequisite. You must personally be enrolled at the $99 Mempo X1 package level or higher. Okay, so at least the $99 one. Now, to double your level 1 bonus, to get it from 15 to 30%, you need to personally sponsor 5 direct members, each of whom acquire the minimum, the $99 package just as you do. And that gets you from 15 to 30% on your level 1 bonus. Then, to get your level 2 bonus from 10 to 20%, those same 5 now must each direct 2 sponsors of their own with the same condition, at least with the $99 package. What does this do is that it validates that you're architecting a deep, organically growing organization. The power of this bonus also lies in its multiplicative effect. It doesn't just add to your earnings, it amplifies them. It converts your organizational leadership into a significant force multiplier for your own income. Speaking of income, we still have more. Direct bonus. This is a straightforward 8% instant commission on each and every individual you personally introduce to Surreal. This is your immediate financial acknowledgement for taking action. And then we have the odd even matching bonus, another 8%. This mechanism basically grants that 8% bonus, which is calculated on the side of your team organizational chart that demonstrates less volume. What I'm trying to say here is your weaker leg. It promotes balanced development and rewards you for fostering this comprehensive, healthy growth in your entire downline rather than, just a single segment. And then we have the yield farming bonus. The yield farming bonus is basically the power that you possess. It's an option to strategically reinvest your accumulated earnings into a fixed term yield farms designed for accelerated growth. This is an illustration, basically allocating like $35 of your profit into a 365 days farm can generate you up to 250% return. This feature enables you to compound your success directly within our economic ecosystem. So you don't have to go anywhere to use what you need to use. And finally, sixth one, the leadership bonus. This focuses on your three legs. And the split must be at 40% on your first, 30% on your second, and another 30% on your third, and that completes the 100%. We're going to explore all of these, but there's a lot that I need you to pay attention to, just so you understand the level of upward mobility within our system. Because as you climb, you don't just climb and double your money or climb and just get a little bit more. When you climb with us, you climb to higher and higher stages. Now, there are 8 levels. Okay, so this one we're looking at is S1, and then we're going to go to S2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I want you to notice, where do we start and where do we end up? Because this is S1. This is where you have $5,000 in business value, 2,000 on your first leg, 1,500 on your second and third leg, and this gets you a nice $150. Maybe you can order something nice that day, a gift for the wife, something simple, right? Just a quick little celebration. This is the S1, $150. Now watch the jump that we make from S1 to S2, just one level up, but watch how this $150 transforms to $750. That is 5 times what we got at S1. And you're just at S2 with $25,000 in business value, 10,000 on your first leg, 7,500 on your second and third, and you're getting yourself $750. Now we're getting a nicer gift. Now we're getting maybe a very lovely dinner at a very expensive restaurant, right? It pretty much covers like a day or like 2 days weekend vacation. I believe $750 would be covering a very, very nice weekend vacation. Let's just call it a weekend vacation. Okay, so the 150 was a nice little gift. 750 was a nice vacation for just like a weekend. And then let's go to S3 and watch the jump again from $750 to $3,000. That is 4 times what we left it last time. So like I said, we're not just doubling for the sake of doubling. S3, we started at S1, just 2 levels, $150. We're already at 3,000. Just 2 levels up. And this is where you have $100,000 in business value, 40,000 on your first leg, 30,000 on your second and third leg, and you get yourself a cool $3,000. Now we're talking about a vacation, maybe outside the country. Now it's not just a weekend. Now it's a whole week, maybe. Just a nice, lovely vacation for you and the kids. That is S3. Now, watch again as we go from 3,000 on S3 to S4, where we're talking about $10,000. Again, more than double. And we're just at S4. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is just halfway there. Remember, I told you we have 8. We're just halfway there. We're just at S4. We still have the 5, the 6, 7, and 8, and I'm not sure you're ready for them, but I'm gonna get you as ready as I can. Now, S4 at $250,000 in business value, 100,000 on your first leg, 75,000 on your second and third leg, and we're talking about $10,000. This is I would say a new car, but I think you're gonna wait a little bit on that decision because we have cars coming right away. But this is, ladies and gentlemen, S4. Now, again, watch the jump as we go from S4 to S5. But keep in mind, in S5, we're not judging by business volume anymore. S4 is the last rank where we judge by business volume. From S5 and onwards, we see how many S's you have in your legs. So to be S5, you need 1 S4 on your first leg, second leg, and third leg. And you get to choose between $50,000 or a Skoda LSK car. Now let's stay in our scenario, okay? We got the gift, we got the nice, lovely vacation on the weekend, we got a whole week vacation, we went out of the country, we went to something nice like Japan or some beautiful place that we've never seen before, we traveled. Now we're talking about S5. $50,000 is not for the trip. $50,000 is starting a small business. Or maybe you need a car urgently. There's the Skoda LSK car there. And this is just S5. S6 is where we get an S5 on a first, second, and third leg, and you get yourself the choice between $100,000 or a Land Rover car. Land Rover car. Now, maybe you kept the first 50,000. You're gonna keep this 100,000 here and not go for the car. So you got $150,000. And then we go to S7, where you have an S6 on your first, second, and third leg. And now you have the choice between $200,000 or a Porsche. A Porsche 911, beautiful car, fast, drives nice, but maybe if you're a family man, this is not exactly for you. But still, you can get to keep the $200,000. And now we're at $350,000 just from S5 to S7. But I don't think you can resist the car that would come at S8, the final pinnacle level, ladies and gentlemen. Because now we're talking about a Rolls-Royce car. And it doesn't come alone. It comes with $10,000 every single week for 52 weeks straight. On the other side, you have the $500,000. Let's be fair. $500,000, $500,000. But on the other side, personally, right here, I would take the car because I already have like 350,000 from just by the way, the ranks. We're not talking about all the bonuses that we talked about before. This is just from these ranks right here. And just from S4, S5, excuse me, and onwards, we already got 350,000. So why not take the car here? Because this is a true presidential car, the Rolls-Royce. And also, like I said, it doesn't stop there because it comes with $10,000 every week for 52 weeks straight. So just imagine that scenario. You're driving in this beautiful presidential car. You get a notification, you check your phone, and you see that the 10,000 just came in. You smile, and you think about next week, same time, there's another 10,000 coming. And the week after, and the week after, and the week after, and it's going to keep going for 52 weeks straight. What an image to be driving in that car and getting a notification that says $10,000 just been received. That is the level that I want everyone right here watching me to be at. It's going to take work, but it's possible. And then, ladies and gentlemen, all the things we talked about come with certain terms of conditions. Obviously, we need to discuss a little bit of those. There's a 10% project security charge. The minimum withdrawal is $10 24/7. Okay, 24/7. It usually takes minutes. If it doesn't take minutes, if it takes a little bit longer, please do not panic because sometimes there is a little bit of wobbling on the crypto, on the blockchain. Maybe there's security patches being implemented or updates being implemented. So it might be a little wobbly and take a little bit longer, but whatever it does, do not panic because the money will be there eventually. You can do a minimum staking of $10 in yield farming, and when you do, you cannot take the money out before the staking period is completed. The total capping goes from three times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. The company, which by the way, basically whichever package you buy, you will get a Mempo NFT in every package, and you can take it out after 1 year and set it on the OpenSea. And also the company reserves the right to change any of its policies without pretty much any notice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of this presentation. So the most important moment right now is your decision, because today we didn't just talk about a better video call. We talked about building new spaces for human connection. We looked at the technology that powers the blockbusters, movies, and video games, and we turned it into a tool for business, for community, for creativity. We reviewed real company, real partners, real track record of building what's next. And we showed you a clear, structured path of how you can be more than just a spectator. You can be an owner, you can be a builder, you can be a beneficiary of this future. So the landscape is shifting. The way we work, the way we meet, and the way we play is evolving at lightning speed. You can either watch that change happen from the sidelines, or you can help shape it. This is your invitation to step out of the audience and go onto the stage. So your next step is simple. Visit surrealevents.community. Get your $21 community package. Take your first step into this new world. Build your team. Don't just imagine the future. Build it with us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your vision. I have been yours truly, Mr. Romero, and let's make something surreal. Until then, goodbye, and we'll see you on the inside.